And today we are going to see here pie chart. So we do have these pictures, and this picture, the first picture shows the revenue sources of a children's charity, and this is located in the US. And the next pie shows the expenditure, how this money is spent. One part it is the revenue source, another part it is the expenditure. So what exactly is the comparison? It is the comparison of the income, that is the revenue for a charity firm, children's charity firm. Another is how they are spending the money on various purposes. So this is compared. The thing is, we have the total amount. At last we have the total amount. You can see the total amount mentioned there at last. Sorry, here it is, and here it is. The total amount is mentioned here. Now we do have to analyze what type of picture is it. Is it a static picture or is it a movement picture? Whether we do have time frames here. Yes, of course we have time frames, but we have only one time frame here, because they are telling that spent and received in 1 year. So one particular year, I don't know the year, but I know that this thing happened somewhere in the past. Okay, if it would have been present, then it would have been like this. The pie chart shows the amount of money that a children's charity located in the USA spend and receive each year. Then it would have been present tense. Right now, it's very clear that this is in past tense. So it has happened. So it is an account of how they got money and how they spend money. So that's what we have seen here. Now, just want to move on. So we need to summarize the information, or we don't need to summarize actually here. We don't have that much data here, but in many cases you have different a lot of points to compare. But right now we have very limited number to compare. Numbers are very less to compare. So now, and one more thing we just need to note is that the comparison things, donated food, it's not here. Community contribution, it's not here. Program revenue, it's not here. Investment income, it's not here. Government grants, it's not here. Other income, it's not here. So these things cannot be compared. You can see that this thing is a distinct thing, because the revenue is coming from some other sources. The expenditure, the money is spent on some other sources. I cannot make a comparison there. Okay, so in the sense, comparison is difficult. So if I have one parameter here, if the same parameter is here, then I can say revenue is this, expenditure or on this thing is this thing. So that type of comparison is impossible here. So what we have to do is that we need to write it separate. This is to be written separate. This is to be written separate. Then if you want, you can compare this thing and this thing. This is the way number one. Way number one first, then second, then these two. This is way number one. Another method I can do is that I can take it as a whole, complete. and take this as a whole complete, and this is the method that I have adopted here. So let's see how we can frame this thing in detail. So the question says the pie chart show the amount of money that a children's charity located in the USA spent and received in 1 year. Data regarding the sources from which a children's charity in the USA obtained money, the sources they obtained money, and the areas to which it had to spend in a particular year is elucidated in the given pie charts. It's shown, elucidated. It means nothing, it's shown. It is a synonym for show. We can say depicted, illustrated, portrayed, all these things. So here another word came that said you don't concentrate and wonder what type of word it is. What is this acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable there. Now, overall, it's clear that the charity firm had a surplus budget in a particular year and had several contributors for funding. So you can say the charity firm, this is a charity firm, had a surplus budget. You can say surplus budget is when the income is over the expenditure, then it is surplus. If this is more, then it becomes a deficit budget. So we have two words here. Surplus means what you get is more and what you spend is less. Deficit in the sense what you get is low and what you spend is more. This is what the thing is. So surplus budget we have and had several contributors for funding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Now, when I move ahead, turning to the sources of revenue, the major share, the lion's share of the total, this thing. So the total is included there. Total is here. Lion's share of the total came from donated food, that is 86.6%. It's in the past tense, so that's we have used accounted for. The second major area it generated the fund was from the community contributions. So it was from community contributions is, which was just over a tenth. The fraction is used just over a tenth of the total. That is 10.4%. Next are the insignificant ones in one sentence. Program revenue, investment income, government grants, and other contributions constituted just around 3% of the revenue. So 2 plus 2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.4, it goes around 3%. So that's it. In case of the breakup of the total expenditure, if the total expenditure is broken up, then you can say out of the total, this is the thing, the total expenditure is this thing. The major share was allocated to meet the program services. Yes, that is 95.8%. This accounted for 95.8%, whereas just 2.6 of the charity's income went to fundraising purpose. So this is fundraising purpose. The least of disbursement was to meet management and general expense. This is the thing here. So management and general expense, it's 1.6. That is the least. So we have completed. This is the revenue and this is the expenditure. We have said the total included. The total is included. So most to the least. Here also most to the least. Introduction, overview. So that is the thing here, and hope you have understood this thing.